I bought a van, and we're gonna convert it, but this is it. This is Chud the van. So the story about the van. I have been wanting a van for, 10 years? 20 years? No, 10 years. Since I was like 12, I've had Pinterest boards and all these different things, and wanting to convert and live out of a van and whatever. And the plan has evolved and changed, and there's so many different iterations of this plan that came about that eventually got enough money in my life right now that this is the only time that I probably would be able to just go and spend this kind of money on a van or a bus or whatever I wanted. And so I took the chance, and I was going to go buy a bus in California. So the plan was to fly into California, go pick up the bus, and then drive it up to Kalispell, which is where we were having like a coffee tasting up there with my friends and stuff. That plan fell through. I ended up just staying another week in California with my brother, which was awesome. And then went to Denver, flew to Denver. Cut to that. I am in Denver, finally. I flew here because the bus didn't work out in California, so I flew here and I'm going to stay with a buddy here. And then I'm going to go down to Colorado Springs. I took the train from the airport. Now I'm waiting for an Uber to take me to my buddy's place. I'm gonna stay the night there and then gonna either Uber down there or catch a couple buses, just hightail it down to Colorado Springs, meet this guy to buy his van. So maybe we'll come out with this whole thing with a van, or we just fly back home. But we're trying to make it to Kalispell by Sunday. So Operation Drive and Haul Ass to Montana. We'll see how it goes. Got on the light rail, went to my buddy's place, stayed with him, and then the next day I was like, well, I found a van in Colorado Springs, but he doesn't want to drive up here, so I'm gonna have to like get down there somehow. So the plan was to either take the Bustang, which is the bus that's in Colorado, it runs like all over, or I was gonna Uber down there, and the Uber was only $110. Only $110. So I asked the lady that was driving me down there, I was like, how much money do you get from this Uber? And she's like, only probably it's like 50-60% of it. So I just paid her that much, Venmoed her, she drove me down, I got to the van. We're at this guy's house, and I'm about to buy his van. And I'm so nervous, but so excited. I just Ubered down from Denver to Colorado Springs. I had the best conversation ever with Natasha, and we talked about our lives. And I'm so grateful to her that she was able to actually bring me down here, because I had like 8 people pass me up, and it was so spontaneous. I was gonna bus down here, but I think this is gonna be a lot better. He's getting it, gas in it right now, and I'm just waiting for it to come around the corner and to see this thing, because it's getting me to Kalispell. I'm like shaking it with nervousness, but I'm so excited. I'm really excited. Then drove it back up to Denver. We got pulled over once. I'm like 20 minutes away from the DMV to get this thing registered. It's insured, and I have my license and the title and all that different stuff, so it's hopefully not going to be a big deal, and I can just go along my way. So, side of the highway, getting back onto this highway is going to be a fucking disaster, so that's great. Registered it in Fort Collins, the plate. So now I can go to Montana and try to register it there, and I won't get pulled over so much. It was way easier than I thought. We're on the road! We're just cruising! It's cruising at 70 miles an hour, so I have 6 hours to Billings. My heart is not so stressed anymore. So I'm not worried about stalling out at all and all that stuff. And it's just a lot better now. Hopefully there's not a lot of hills and stuff. I'm so naive for saying that, but we're just gonna go in 3rd gear or 4th gear and cruise up these hills. And the view is just mountains. And you can't smell it, but it smells like cow shit. And then drove to Kalispell. I think that's Cloud Peak. I have no idea, but that's what the map says. But it's, I don't think you can see it, but it's huge. Yeah. And my windshield's full of bugs. I don't know why I bought this van at this crisis time. I know why I bought this van, actually. It's getting really good gas mileage, but still a lot to do. Stayed in Bozeman on the way there. And then we had a coffee tasting, and then I drove it all the way back from Kalispell to Dickinson, North Dakota, and that's where we are right now. Our first breakdown.
Amber Crane Dream Ball.
Chudzy or Chud or whatever you want to call him has been holding strong, and he's super great. It's insane to drive this thing. I learned manual all along the way. It was a kind of a disaster. Here we are now, and I think this is the coolest thing I've ever done. We're going to convert this van. I'm just gonna record all of this, and hopefully it's interesting. So right now, you're sitting in the van with me right now, and we're going to map out where everything goes. Then go to Menards, buy a bunch of stuff, get a bunch of wood, converting it next to a coffee shop that's getting built. I got all my wood out here that came with the van, and currently this is the setup of it all. We're gonna do like a table over here and then a bed right here. We're gonna change the oil on this thing. This is what it looks like in the inside. Yeah, definitely a manual car, definitely really cool. This van is way cooler than me, that's for sure. But let's get started. So this is what we have so far. We're gonna have a twin bed here that spans the whole thing, and it's gonna be like a bench seat, so this portion right here will fold up on top. It'll become a bench, and then if you want to sleep, obviously you'll take the cushion off and then you'll fold this whole thing over and it'll become a bed. So this shaded in portion is a permanent storage space, and the bench seat, this supports the bench seat, and then this is the galley area. So the water tank will sit right behind this wheel well, and then all the storage and whatnot and plumbing will be up on the front, and then the sink will be back here, and imagine like a countertop right here. Stovetop will be towards the door. But all in all, we're cutting each piece right now, and we're just gonna nail everything together. These are my pieces I'm gonna use as my platform pieces on the permanent bench, and then we'll do the hinges on it. That's gonna be interesting. Then we gotta find a twin bed or like a futon cushion that's gonna go on top of this bed area. That's pretty much it. Learning how to do all this shit because I am not a carpenter, if you haven't noticed. I got them. All right, there's a bench. It's way too sturdy enough to hold my fat ass. I think this is perfect height because there's going to be a small little mattress on here. Any other, height is going to be just enough, so maybe I take a little bit off, but I think this is pretty good. I am gonna have a piece that's just as thick as this. I'm gonna be like a tiny bit higher, so it's probably needing to be trimmed down about an inch on each side. Oh, great. Well, we gotta make the bed level. So we gotta connect the two bench pieces that I made. I love this. Not even close. Oh, perfect. Well, I did that. Well, what the hell?
That's as good as it's gonna get, bro.
Oh, please tell me. That's just gonna be how it is, honestly.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Perfect. Yep.
I need these two aligned because if they're not, the hinges will be low. Alright, that's pretty sturdy to me! Back at it. We're gonna make the rest of these panels to go on the actual bed frame. So I bought more wood to do that, and we're gonna make doors, and I'll update you when it's done. So we have the bench seat now. I'm gonna fold like this in one piece, and then into a bed. And it becomes a twin XL. I'm hoping it's sturdy. It feels pretty sturdy all around. I mean, that fits like 3 people. Plenty of room for activities. I don't even know where we left off, but here's the progress. We have the cabinet that I'm currently gonna make 4 little doors, but I cut these pretty thin, so I'm gonna need to probably redo them. And then I filled this in the door because, yeah. And then I gotta do the top part too. But yeah, see you when the cabinet's done. Alright, I decided to call it, so I loaded all the wood up into the van, and we're gonna make some doors tomorrow. Let's buy some hinges. I'll probably take you guys to Menards with me. We'll buy some hinges. What else? But it's gonna rain, and I don't really want to work in the rain. And that took way longer than I thought it was gonna take. Like, I've been working all day, and that's all I got. I got a bench seat, and I don't even know, a makeshift cabinet. I actually have a sink. I'll show it to you guys. It's a little it's an old milk tray. It's gonna go like right here, because I'm gonna have, yeah, right there, duh. I'm gonna have like a sink here, and then the stovetop there, and there's gonna be a little port right here, and hook it to like right there, and I could have like a shower. Sorry, I cut out. I could have a shower there. Maybe out here and just be showering. Because everyone wants before my body. Anyway. I said enough that I want an outdoor shower. Of course it's not going to focus. So we're headed to... morning. We're headed to the hardware store, Menards, aka, to go get a water jug, hinges, maybe another panel, board, paint. Maybe we'll go find a stovetop, wood glue. I might look at carpet to redo this carpet in here. That's pretty much it. Maybe some up on top storage, maybe, I don't know. Maybe some cubbies for back here for behind the seats. Let's go to Menards. Okay, we have to pick out whether or not we want this one or a wood. I really like the idea of a wood one, but I also love the idea of this kind of ornate one. Okay, that's fine. Totally fine. Okay, update. I made a cabinet that the doors don't work. I painted the bed. It's green. I don't know if you can see. This is my water jug. I'm gonna plumb in, oh, it's not gonna focus. I'm gonna plumb in a water system tomorrow, finish all the painting, and then I'm going to, I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, so it's been the day. We're just getting started because I had to go do work stuff. Where's the lighting? I just had to go do work stuff, which was super, super fun. Didn't get caught in any traffic at all. Today's mission is to get all the painting done and then do an oil change on the van. Ordered some plumbing, the cabinet, install that, nail everything down, go to the thrift store and get a blanket that I want to turn into like window covers. I just don't want people creeping. It's like a really visible van. There's a lot of windows, which is awesome, but I just want when I'm alone in here at night, I just don't need people looking at me while I sleep. I'm not really into that. Like right here, I want some cubbies right there on each side, so that I have some storage, because the storage in this van is not going to be that amazing, not going to lie. It's really only going to be under here. So like this being flipped up, it really only provides over there, which I'm going to make like a cover right here, like a piece of wood that's going to be like a half moon. It's going to be rounded, kind of like this is, because the storage here is really going to be shoes. Like this is the only storage I got, is under this bench. Because everything in here in this cubby, we're going to install this today onto the door, get this done. Decent amount of work to do before she's livable, but I'm liking the colors, which is good. Funny enough, I'm gonna build out this van and then live in a state that doesn't really have van life, which is kind of sad, but just for future use, you know? So, alright, I have to go to the bathroom. Bye! So this is the current state of the cabinet. I took the doors off because they were falling off and I ripped them off pretty much. I hate this. So this is really bad. I don't like this at all. I like the look of the doors, like I like how I made them, but the actual white with that looks terrible. So we're gonna try green. We're gonna paint the interior blue because I bought this blue paint and it might be a little strong, but I bought a whole quart of it, so might as well use it, and it'll be a big portion of this van. And I wanted like nautical and blue and whatnot, and I'm realizing that most of the stuff I've made is green and terracotta and brown, which I love, but I just want more blue, so we're gonna paint this blue, and then we're gonna paint the ceiling blue as well. I started the other wall while you were gone. I would tape this, but I really don't want to. So I'm gonna freehand it really slowly. Did I get paint on the speaker? Yes. Do I care? No. Okay. Okay, I finished painting the cabinet. I've got that done, and I got this blue wall to finish. Show you what I did in the cabinets. So the cabinets are going to be this color theme, or the cabinet at least. I repainted these to be green, and then this doesn't really take a lot of, like, it doesn't stick with stain or with anything like paint, so I had to do like 5 coats on there. Here's the cabinet. This will sit on top. This is where the sink will be, but it'll be either inside, or I'm just gonna do a faucet right on the corner here. I had to make these spacers because when the door goes on, they don't like line up. So I've got to put a spacer here. Altogether, that's what it'll look like. Kind of at a standstill right now because everything comes in on Friday, so in 2 days. So I'm kind of thinking I'm just gonna leave this to dry. Didn't have a lot to do today, but I can't really install the plumbing until it's here. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. I bought a bunch of stuff. A drain. This is my P-trap. My cement. This is that drain that's gonna go into the sink. This is my hard line that I'm going to attach to this, and that'll be where my sink drains to. This is for my P-trap as well. Changing the oil in this thing today as well. So other than that, let's get the cabinets done, and I will check in later. Hell yeah. Nice. But it might not fit. So I got a dent.
Oh, it does.
It'll fit like that, won't it? I think. I'm gonna be able to run that piece, this right there, and it won't fit. I'm surprised that it fits, and it looks as good as it does. Alright, I've drilled my hole. We gotta put this here. And then I gotta figure out where the next hole goes so that it can go underneath and line up with that jug.
Particles out though.
Alright, here we go.
Got it. There we go.
I don't know how good that footage was. I have yet to see it. But anyway, the plumbing looks like this. And hopefully it fits. So this is the cabinet with the sink, the bench seat, 2, a twin XL bed,